duty calls.
Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I
Pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
I put the comma in there.
And I did, but I was nervous about trying to say it because it's too close to this. All right. The meeting will please come to order. We do have proof of posting in accordance with chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code as amended, known as the Texas Open Meetings Act. See, I think it's confused in the heartbeat. The first item is to have members of the public who wish to speak. Would you like to introduce yourself and say?
I'll do that and get out of y'all's hair so you can be. I'm Dane Baker. I'm the new sergeant for Fairfield. We have one back in Fairfield now. I think the last one was Bill Davis. And then whenever he left, and then they realigned and moved the spot, and now we got it back. I spent 7 years as a troop in Corsicana, promoted in December of 2008 for the last 13 years. I've been in Austin for 3.5, and then the last 9 in Bastrop. So I've dealt with every fire and flood you can think of since 11. So, and every disaster you can think of. So I've been trying to get back up this area. My wife's from Blooming Grove, and so we've been trying to get up to this area. And this is where I feel like we need to be. So I'm just glad to be here. We're going to get these troops all situated. We're getting a couple new ones out of recruit school. They're coming, one to Fairfield, one to Teague. So just got to get them all trained up and get them out there and doing what we're doing. So just glad to be here and meet y'all. And it's going to take a while, but we'll be around, drink some coffee.
Great. And you met Brian?
We actually have not formally met.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I know you met my investigator the other day.
Right. It's like I'm right in front of a fire hydrant right now, trying to meet everybody. And I haven't got around to see everybody. That's the rest of my business, to get to see you and everybody else.
And so we're going to get 2 new ones.
Correct. Out of this next
How
one.
many do we have right now? I might put you on the spot.
No, I'm trying to think. I've got Macmillan still here for right now. I've got Washington Hanson, and as far as here, and that is, and Damian Connor is here temporarily till he's going to CBE.
Yeah.
And then he'll be gone in November. And then I've got Chet Seelinger as my corporal. He's going to be still in Groesbeck. And then the other troop is Josh Slout, and he's in Groesbeck. But when you hear Groesbeck, they're working this county also. So just because we're having to share the wealth right now until we get everybody full staff. I'm supposed to have 10 total. There should be a total of 6 in Fairfield, and there'll be 4 in Limestone County.
Now, so, will you be the sergeant over Limestone County also?
Both of them. But this is my house. This is my house.
Well, yay!
This is I'm actually down here, and yeah, they moved the spot, so the sergeant is back here, and so.
Great.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask. You won't be over there like Wright was. He was a great.
No.
You'll be here.
I'll be here. I have to go shake hands and kiss babies every now and then.
Oh, yeah.
This is where my office is at. It's right down below, and that's where I'm at.
Great.
And another thing, where is Damien going?
Dan's going commercial vehicle
Weights
enforcement in Corsicana.
Isn't he going to be a weight man?
Yeah, he wants to go the old license and weight. That's what we call
Yes.
it. You know.
And I enlisted with him about that, and maybe at some point, he said after he, got the new sergeant and everything, y'all could talk. Maybe he could come up and talk to us about the law, about the weights,
Oh yes.
trucks and things. So we'd like a little update.
It's a
on
different
that.
region. He's going to Region 1, but we could steal him. We could steal him to come do that.
Okay.
Since he's from here, everybody knows
Yes.
Damien.
Yes.
I remember when he was a baby troop, so I mean I've known him for a long time. So He's a good kid.
Well, that would be good if we could have a
We'll make
update on that.
we'll make that happen.
Perfect.
Is Mr. Carter still over in Limestone County?
Oh, yeah, but in fact, actually, Bubba will be starting July the 1st. He's being temporarily assigned back to me to help out because we're so short-handed with all the vacancies.
Mhm.
So Bubba's gonna be helping out too.
Bless you.
Yeah. I've known Bubba since, for a long time. So
Me too.
I know how to deal with Bubba.
He's a good
So,
guy.
he is. But I don't want to take up too much of the, know the meeting rules and the time limit. So if there's something y'all need, you've got my card and my information, and then we'll be around, and I'll get you a card, sir, too, at a later time. So, glad to be here. If I do something.
Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Then we will go to, is there anyone else? Jerry Don, you want to make a speech this morning?
No, ma'am, I'll be quiet today.
All right. Then we'll go to item number 1 to approve the minutes of the June 2nd and June 7th meetings.
Motion to approve the minutes. Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Did you read the minutes from the,
Yes, ma'am, I did.
I wish we could get a little more information on our minutes too, like that.
Okay.
You know, about, kind of a little
Yes,
bit
ma'am.
about the discussion.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, item number 2 is the budget transfers and amendments. And we also have a certification of additional revenue in the amount of $1,914,898 from the American Rescue Grant. And we will be trying to see how we might use that. Well, I'm hoping.
Well, what we know, the stipulation does, man. That's good.
I think they're waiting for a little more clarification through the Treasury Department as to what we actually can use funds for. Yeah.
Infrastructure.
That's a,
Well, they do say infrastructure, but what they're describing as infrastructure is not really what is going to help us.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're just waiting. All right, and then you see your budget amendments here?
I make a motion to approve the budget amendments and transfer.
I second that.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 3, approve and pay the bills.
You had the truck running out of Texas, did you? When it broke down. I thought that truck running.
So I saw, when I came out of camp, I went to the gas at camp, and I come out, I saw, what's been, what, 1 year ago?
Thought so. Yeah, same, they broke down now. I know, y'all.
Oh, you talking about Texas Petersburg?
Yeah.
Oh. You know, we got none of that.
Oh.
It's your truck, not mine.
Yeah. We got 2 kids running. I'll make a motion to pay the bills. Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 3, item number 4 is to review and approve the payroll.
Do people get admin time? And there's several on this list. Do we know what that's for?
So like the, tax office, of their electricity, something happened to their electricity and they had no electricity, for that day.
The utility Encore, turned the electricity off because there was a limb that had worn, the line that goes into the building, and it was sparking, so they had to turn it off, and we got Steve to trim up the tree, and then they came back and turned it on.
On, JP1 on theirs, it did say funeral, so, you know, we talked to him about that, and apparently it wasn't within our guideline of the funeral, so it was admin time that day for that.
It was not within our what?
Our
Policy.
policy part of the, yeah, so they had, I mean, I think it was for a county employee relative.
Make a motion to pay the payroll.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? None. Motion's carried. Item number 5 is reports. We have a report from the auditor for May, which is the monthly report, and also the treasurer's report for May based on the auditor's report. Ma'am? District clerk report for May. JP2 for May. JP3 for May. Also, a senior services report for May. This report shows the number of congregate meals, what they'll be doing for the next month for the seniors. Also, the extension for May, same thing. What they've done for May, and then what the plans are for the next month for the extension office, which they have a lot of stuff going on right now. Especially with the fair this week and all the animals. Didn't I see you driving a fire truck in the parade?
Yes, ma'am.
Yay.
Without the air conditioner.
Do we have any other reports this morning? All right. If not, do we have a motion to accept the reports?
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 6, burn ban. Any discussion? Probably won't be long. Well, not today, all right. We do not have a burn ban in place. Item number 7, special road use agreements.
I have one as of this morning. I met with a contractor to install road material off County Road 601. It's going to where the new truck stop, Waterburger's being built. Multiple complaints. Road getting torn up. There's already some pre-existing places where cheap trucks or bad material up there. So anyway, I went and sat with the guy, took him a special road use agreement, got him to sign it. I basically just went over, I had already kind of calculated what I thought it was going to take to repair. The truck should be through in about 7 days if they get to work in the next 7 days. Probably 20,000 yards total materials. So they're trying to get about 20 loads per truck per day.
Is there a bond?
No, did not do it all.
Okay.
So basically, I got them to sign the agreement, and then you just put some language, just the owner of the company, and with.
Second.
Okay, that's good. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye. Motion carries. Any others? If not, we'll go to item number 8, which is to approve bonds and educational certificates of county officials. And I believe that everyone completed, it was kind of like pulling teeth on some of them, but everyone completed them by Monday.
Cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity and water pistol.
What's your?
Why can't we have everything, do we have to school for, why can't we do it online? Instead of going around College Station or Austin or Lubbock or.
That's true. That's true, yeah. We'll need to talk to them about that.
That's some money.
Although we have been doing a lot more of those online. And that's good. It's much better than having to drive 1,000 miles. All right, we have Craig Oates, Clyde Ridge, Daniel Ramsey, Shirley Mays, Teresa Ferris, Christina Flannery, Teresa Black, Akiwa Tiemann, Evan Davis, Yolanda Potts, Ned Smith, Katie Conrad, Tanya Jenkins, Linda Grant. Also, one of the last minute ones, Linda Grant, but Kimberly Seiler, Andy Bonner, Lloyd Lane, everyone completed, hallelujah.
And Judge, just to add to that, we had to certify that with TAC that it was all completed, and I've already sent that off showing that we're 100% completion.
All right, we got a motion to accept those.
I'll make it.
Second.
Thank you, Jeannie. All in
Yes.
favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. All right. Number 9, consider approval of a 2010 Ford F-350 to be taken to an auction for precinct 3. And you put that up for bids to sell.
We did, and we got no bids.
No bids. So, all right. Now we can go forward with taking it to an auction since we have already bid it out and we got no bids.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Motion carried. Item number 10 is to discuss the sick leave pool. It's that time again. We do need to replace one, which is courthouse representative. But who did we ask to verify? Was it Jeannie, did y'all, or did
I did.
Allison?
I called and asked everybody except for Clydesdale.
And all the others are agreeable? Okay, good.
Wait a second.
Wait a second.
You're the one?
No, she said all of them are agreeable. I didn't get a phone call.
Except, she said except
Turn
the
your head,
Honorable Clyde Ridge.
turn your head now, you know.
Oh, well, I'd like to see somebody else take my place.
Has it been a hard job?
Yes, ma'am. Really been pretty stressful. So can we open the floor for nominations?
If you are not willing to serve again for such a terrible job,
I'll do it for a little while, but somebody else is gonna do it pretty soon.
next time.
Next
okay?
time, yes, ma'am.
All right. So we have the elected official, Mr. Clyde Ridge Jr. The sheriff's representative is Mary McDonald. Courthouse representative we need to replace.
Well, we got, you're off, we got Maggie, we got Keith.
Well, all right, we have Road and Bridge, Jack Withers, and the committee administrator is Allison French. So, is that someone in your office that would serve?
Would you be willing to serve on the second?
All right. That makes a complete list of the ones that we need for the sick leave pool. Do we have a motion to appoint these?
Okay, oh,
Second.
All in favor, aye. Thank you. Thank you all. Item number 11 is to select the salary grievance committee. Oh, wow, that's coming right around. isn't it?
Put them in a bowl this time instead of it on.
Put them in a bowl, there you go. All right, now, I didn't bring that.
I have a question. Do we have to select one, or can we do the, like we did last year, have the county, and then we select a few people from the public?
Yes, and that's what our discussion is. We have the option of either doing all public members or doing the elected officials and 3 public members. And so is that your recommendation, is that we do, like we've been doing in the past years, it would be the elected officials plus 3 public members?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is that a motion?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do we have a second?
second.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. So what we need now is to select 3 members, and we will draw for the 3 members, and then how many alternates do we usually do?
I was thinking we had a very hard time getting responses back, that we drew several names and took the first 3 that would agree to do it.
Mhm.
And then the rest were alternates, so it's a choice of how many you would probably want to try to send out letters and ask.
Okay. This comes from people that have been on the grand jury in this past year. That's where these names come from, and then we draw from that. So would you think,
Seems like we drew 6.
or, yeah, 3 and then 3 more for alternates? All right. Okay, I'll just draw them. All right. Carla Sparks. Ripon Rogers.
Rippin'.
Rip it.
Rippin'.
Rippon.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Ripon Rogers, okay. Amanda Gerdeman. I didn't realize that, really. All right. So those will be our 3, and then we'll call the alternates. James Newberry. Scott Grove.
Judge,
Scott Rowe, he's moved, I think he's in Conroe now or something like that, so you may want to pass on him and draw another
All
name.
right, so we will do that. Make note that we are changing that to Joshua Davidson. All right. And then we'll talk about the process, about whether we have to send out the 3. I've seen something written on that recently. We'll talk about that.
Thank you.
All right, do we have a motion to appoint these as the Salary Grievance Committee public members?
Make it motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Motion carried. We'll move now to comments from Commissioners Court members. It's Fair Week. Everybody's having a good time, so let's hope that we proceed with, we pray for no injuries for anyone.
Judge, you might touch on the meeting that we attended last week at the,
Oh, and I need to get the shovel out.
in the hat, we didn't have.
And the hat, yes, yes.
We attended a groundbreaking ceremony at Richland Chambers Creek Lake. It's for 416 landing zone, and it is a place where they're going to land a helicopter to get people that are in need of flight. And it was a big turnout, lots of people, and I'm very thankful that the judge went with me. I told her I didn't think she'd have to make a speech, but she ended up making a speech and did a good job, and so we were real well represented there, and those people were really appreciative of what we do.
Well, it's a wonderful thing that they put the pad there, because it's going to really be an advantage time-wise to people that need help. You know, they talked about how hard it was to find a place to land, depending on the weather and everything else, but I think the people are really thankful to have that.
We had a lot of donations from the community, and they're getting some lights put there so that they can turn on at night. Land the thing. It's really going to be a nice facility for that area.
I think that's a good thing, and I think we need to name that thing Ridge Runway.
No, sir, it's already been named, and it's
Ridge Runway.
it's already been named, and it's a 416 landing zone. And the reason it's called landing zone is because if you call it something else, it has to be, you know, it has to be regulated by the
I see.
stuff. So that's why they did it. It's going to be really good for that area. But anyway,
And
they did a good
it's by
job.
the church. So
It's been by the St. Elmo Baptist Church. Is that correct?
New Hope.
New Hope.
New Hope.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. All right.
Judge Grant, bingo is back to Freestone County and Fairfield. The Fairfield Fire Department is hosting bingo from July to December. It's going to be the 3rd Thursday of every month. Starts at 6 p.m. and goes, the second set starts at 8, and so we're doing that as a continual hosting fundraiser. And so if anybody's interested, they can buy pre-sales bingo
And where is it going to
packages
be?
at the Twisted Vines.
Twisted Vine.
So if anybody wants to play bingo, starts July the 15th.
I'm going to bring my little grandkids. That would be a fun thing. Yes. Great. Y'all could do that too.
Yeah.
All right. What else? Any other community activities? The livestock sale will be Saturday morning. So would encourage everyone to know, with the COVID and all the things that have happened, we really need to promote ours. All right, anything else? If
Make a
not,
motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
all in favor, aye. We adjourn.